That's quite a glass of whatever that is right there, Jay.
So the other day I said that it sucks that
I thought it was just whiskey.
Reporting any of Bernie's good things,
trying
right?
to sober up a little
and
bit.
he's like,
Yeah.
what
I
do
was
you
kinda
care
drunk at the
anyway?
movie.
What does it matter?
Me too,
If
when we
someone in
started.
Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
what happens in Seattle? I'm like, it's called honesty and reporting,
look for-
asshole. Like, a lot of people care about it, so they can get a feel for what's going on. It's the news.
What's next?
Well, we kind of got to the point now when Wonder Woman is looking for that picture. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Picture, yeah.
The picture. She makes the comment that Lex has my picture and I want it back, and I was kind of like, what the hell was that supposed to mean? And of course, then we see the picture, and what's the first thing everybody that I know Jeff and I noticed? What was the first thing you noticed in the picture?
How hot she was?
No.
Oh.
Who was standing next to her?
I couldn't really.
Captain Kirk.
What?
Chris Pine was standing right next to her because
white photo.
Yes.
that's right.
Okay.
The kind of the sepia photo.
Oh. God,
That's Chris Pine standing there because I already knew that Chris Pine had been cast
As
Trevor, Steve Trevor, and
Steve
what
Trevor
he's the CIA agent in Wonder Woman, her love interest, like her Lois Lane.
Right.
That's Steve Trevor.
Okay.
Agent Carter.
Yeah, kind of that. What I loved about it though was the fact that it's in 1918. And that means her movie's going to take place back in the First World War, which I think is really awesome. We talked about in the car on the way home. We like the first Captain America movie. Takes place in World War II. My wife and I are big Agent Carter fans. We just love that era. And I think that seeing Wonder Woman take place during World War I is really an awesome idea, and I like that a lot. Plus, it establishes her immortality.
Yes.
Which is really cool. Now, in that note, though, I wanted to get to something and see if any of you noticed. Is it just me? Or was there a point when Doomsday hit Wonder Woman, she hits the ground, looks up, and smiles?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now,
Yes. The Amazonian
I'm
came
like,
out of her.
well, not just that. I'm thinking, what's the safe word?
She actually did it a couple times because when he launched her across, and
She's
she
like,
hit that
yeah.
point, she just was like, "This is gonna like that."
Now this is going to get interesting.
This is going to hurt, but I'm going to like it.
I got something on that one. When
Yeah.
they're fighting Doomsday, why is it that her one-dimensional, on-foot, basically person is whooping his ass, but Superman, who can fly, run,
Yeah.
he's getting snagged out of the air?
So I think
like a boomerang.
I think we kind of killed most of this movie up until the fight of Doomsday.
Yeah.
I think we could just skip to
We
that.
haven't talked much about the fight between Batman and Superman, though.
We don't need to.
Well, the thing with the rope, swinging him around, bashing him into the walls, I think that was
No,
pretty
we
fucking
don't
cool.
need to.
All right.
So I kind of, I say we skip to that, like because like
The
rest of
Doomsday
movie-
fight?
Yeah, the Doomsday fight.
All right.
We're already there.
Yeah.
What was it? Damn it!
First off,
Forgot my thought.
Lois Lane ruined it for me. Just
she was wrong. Yeah, she did not need to be there at all.
no.
Well, okay, so the Doomsday fight. What the hell use was Batman? Because my whole thing is like Batman's gonna go in, find Lois Lane, and find the spear. That was like his job.
Yeah.
He failed at his one job.
Yeah.
That was his job.
As soon as he threw the spear
was-
away, I was like, oh.
That was his squirrel moment.
Right.
Squirrel.
Right. but instead he ran and hid. And then just waited until like an opportunity
I don't
to
think
shoot.
he ran and hid.
No,
He
no,
got
he
snapped
did.
like a bitch
Hang on.
and
Catching
got-
his breath.
Let me finish. He ran and hid, and then waited for his moment to shoot his little
Well, that's Batman, though.
M203. But his job was to go, because even Batman's like, all right, the spear's in there. Go get the.
But even when Superman showed up, he's like, I've been a little busy, Superman.
Yeah,
you know?
So to me, I'm like, all right, Superman's gonna go deal with that. Batman's gonna go get the spear, and I knew Batman was gonna, spear him, somehow. But what the hell? Where the hell was Batman during the entire fight, except for that 203 shot? Even the entire thing, he wasn't.
He may have been making his way over there. That's just it. He does.
He's the only guy who has to walk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay.
And when you're carrying a cast iron suit on you,
Yeah.
as we've gone
Yeah.
over
He's
the
like,
past,
damn, these underwear are heavy.
There's breaks to be taken along that walk, and there's fire
Hang on.
everywhere.
I gotta catch my breath.
But his job, to me, his job was to go get the spear.
Yeah. Well,
and
Lois
go-
was there.
Old Batman.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it. That's what I was expecting. Is like he's going to save Lois Lane, and he's going to get the spear. That's what I was looking forward to. That was the predictable. That's the key word, predictable route to go. Right. Instead, they could have had him do something else. But basically, he just went and hid to fire his one shot.
Just for an update, we're at the Doomsday fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll agree with.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. It should have been Batman that may have gone in there and helped out Lois, because when Superman turned his attention, again, this goes to my killing the moment. The music alone, but the jungle theme.
Yeah.
Then Lois, I love you, and I was like, you gasped. The music dropped. I was out of it. I was out of it already, but I mean, it just, the moment was, if Batman had gone there and done the whole thing, that would have been, and maybe tossed the spear to
I
Superman.
gasped. I was scoffing. Oh my god, really? You're gonna have fucking Superman come save Lois Lane?
Oh, pshaw.
How-
Was it like a
That
Napoleon?
was-
Like,
No. No, it was, this is what I heard. I'm sitting there minding my business. I ain't paying attention to the movie. I hear, Lois, I love you. And I hear,
Scoff.
That was a scoff. Yeah. Now I want to say one thing. The thing I was thinking though was, yeah, they had to make the big sacrifice with Superman flying in with the kryptonite spear, and now that they killed him, I see why they did it that way. But what I was thinking through the whole thing is, Superman's gotten his ass handed to him. Batman's catching his breath somewhere 10 blocks away.
right.
It should be Wonder Woman who stabs him. That's what I was thinking. She is the only one standing toe to toe with that motherfucker.
Yeah.
She cut his arm off. I mean, holy shit. I mean, that's impressive.
But he couldn't die unless he had the spear. So in a way, either Batman or
That was a plot
Wonder
device.
Woman could have gotten the spear while he was in mid-dive, chucked, well, probably not Batman. He's winded at that point. So Wonder Woman chucked that spear up there, and then while he grabs it, dives right into him.
And dare I say, with all the fire going on, where was fucking Aquaman? The
Well,
whale could have came up.
Well, see, now we're getting into Gods Among Us type stuff.
well, what did you think about that moment when
Aquaman saved the day?
we didn't even talk about that because we skipped straight to Doomsday? But what about those?
We've talked about
characters?
Flash. We've talked about Wonder Woman. We haven't talked about Cyborg much, and we haven't talked about Momoa at all, the Aquaman. And
and the fact
who,
that
by the way,
they
looks
call
like my
it Flash
te-
drive versus actually being part of the movie.
The way they
yeah,
made it
yeah,
sound like it
exactly.
was going to be.
Although the Cyborg thing was pretty intense.
It was, but it was
With
all-
Joe
it
Morgan
was
as
all
the-
a Flash
as the
drive,
doctor?
right? It's
Holy
like
crap.
We're learning about these individuals, like
Well, she didn't seem to know, which is fine.
You know, what's funny when I
around for 100 years.
But Batman, but you said Batman didn't know until he clicked on it, and I'm pretty sure Superman doesn't know. I mean, Aquaman's been hiding. Why would anybody go down there?
Aquaman is the king of Atlantis. He's the king of 3/4 of the planet.
Right.
Like, he doesn't give a fuck what's going on up here until it affects him.
But he's half human.
I wonder how they're going to do that.
It doesn't matter because the entire story of Aquaman is exactly what you said. He doesn't care about what is going on the surface.
That's the modern
entire story of
Aquaman.
Aquaman is irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be. Like Aquaman's presence is going to be a part of Justice League.
Unless he goes to
Well,
war with
hold
the
on.
Earthlings.
And
the
Wonder
humans.
Woman even said at one point, "I gave up on everything. I just doing my own thing. Also keeping my
Which makes me
blinders
wonder what happened in World War I that was so fucked up.
on." Oh, I can't wait.
I've already killed guys that came from another planet. I mean, she said that comment. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, who'd you fight? You know?
It's gonna be good. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I think they could. Hopefully,
And
they
of
do
course,
that
There
one
was
right.
a lack of absence of my favorite DC character, Green Lantern.
Okay,
That-
there's been a lot of talk about that one.
That one.
Did you guys see the little 30-minute before this movie came out? It was Kevin Smith and Jeff Johns.
Yes, that special, that TV
Right,
special.
and they ran
I saw
through
parts
the
of it, yeah.
gambit, and they showed you the little trailers.
They made a lot of hints of Green Lantern
they
in that one.
talked on Green Lantern, and they're gonna have 3 of the 4. Guy Gardner needs to go away. I'm okay with Guy Gardner on the screen.
He's
okay?
my favorite
Wait,
one.
hang on.
I love the shit talking ginger.
Who's Guy Gardner?
Okay. There are 4 human Green Lanterns.
Okay.
There's Hal Jordan, who was in the movie that we saw that everybody hates, which I don't hate it too much.
All right.
There's
Yeah, that
John
was so
Stewart.
entertaining.
There's John Stewart, the
black
black
man.
one, the
Yeah.
Marine.
No.
There's
Those are the only
Kyle
2 that I know.
Rainier, the Torchbearer,
Who's
who is
the White Lantern.
the White Lantern. Yeah, later
He
on.
becomes the Ion.
Yes, then comes back. We'll get to that later. It's much later. He's like the one after Hal died, and he kept the torch going. And Guy Gardner is absolutely my favorite. Now, not the Guy Gardner from back in like 90, say 3 or 4.
Okay.
Not that the bowl cut Guy
Yeah,
Gardner
he's just a
in the
douchebag,
shitty Justice League.
man.
I'm talking the Guy Gardner later, the hardcore Blackest Night guy, the one who became the Red Lantern.
Right.
That guy.
Yeah, okay.
He's my favorite. I think I like him a lot. And
I like Kyle Rayner just because when you think of their constructs, He's a comic
Well, he
book
was a
artist.
manga guy. He was
He's
an
a
anime
comic
guy.
book artist.
Yeah.
So he's got ninjas falling out the sky.
Yeah, that's
dude.
true.
They're like-
And what did Hal have? Big sock,
Yeah, and Jon Stewart's
boxing
got
gloves.
shapes and boxes and circles. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
And you're right. Guy just blasts shit. That's
I
all he
just
does
like
is blast
Hal-
things.
I like Hal
Yeah.
Jordan because he eventually he was originally Parallax and just I
Okay.
like that.
When you made the comment about Galactus being the black hole, that's how I felt about Parallax in the Green Lantern
fuck
movie.
yeah, man.
Like Parallax is an amazing character.
hell yeah.
And they made him into this swirling, fucking weird Galactus, almost Galactus
Where's
type
the
character.
dragon? I want to see
Yeah.
the monster. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I know.
The entity.
Or even Parallax as Hal Jordan. That's an awesome character.
Yes.
Yeah.
This right here is one of my favorite covers when he's just got the rings.
I had
Stacked
with
on
all
his
the rings
fingers,
on the
dude,
cover.
of the lanterns
I've
he's
got that
murdered.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah. The whole I made Jay read that one.
When you show things, remember you're kind of like on radio. Nobody can
Yeah.
see what you're doing.
There's a great cover. I forget who did it of
If you
Hal
read
Jordan.
Green Lantern, you know what I'm
All right,
talking
okay,
Yeah.
about.
so I just actually revisited this last night.
Oh, the
The Green Lantern,
Twilight, Emerald Twilight.
Blackest Day, the Blackest Night. On YouTube, there is a guy called Comic Historian. Comic Historian. If you Google a Green Lantern YouTube or YouTube Green Lantern, there's a guy called Comic Historian. And he's got like breaks down like in like 10 to 15 minute flashes all these different comic books. It was like Comic Historian or something.
You
like
missed
that.
it.
Mm.
Green Lantern
Fucking stupid.
was there a second ago.
Stop. Stalling
one
for
down.
time. Stalling for time.
I edit all this out.
Yeah, look for
White
some
whiskey
so,
that's
like,
tequila.
Comic Historian. It had the weird look. It's all those Comic Historian
Is
right
that thing
there.
killed?
There was barely any of
Is
this
that
one.
Comic
There's-
Historian? Yeah.
So are we
that-
just-
Carrie D. Shit, fuck.
So,
Oh, there's glasses down there.
while you guys are in a moment where you'll edit it out, it's not official yet, but Bernie took all three, 75%. Hawaii,
All three?
Washington,
Oh, Hawaii. I
and
didn't know
Alaska.
Hawaii.
If Bernie wins, it's gonna be
Wait,
from the
Alaska
Northwest.
too?
Alaska too.
Yeah.
This guy right here.
He just took them all.
Wait,
If you
Washington,
watch him-
Alaska, and Hawaii.
Hawaii.
You want an actual shot glass?
Those comic books.
I need
Yeah.
a fucking drink, dude.
Oregon
I'm
wasn't
so
today?
stoked.
That's what the guys do for Deadpool too. They kind of condense them into.
They're not till May.
How many behind
Okay, I'll make Jay watch
Oh.
this later because we know this part.
Well, you know, I have
Um,
to reconfigure now that he's won Hawaii because I didn't.
Yeah,
think he
Hawaii
was gonna win
was
Hawaii.
the last two I
Yeah.
heard about. He was only
I just
200
wanted to
pounds.
throw
with
a
that,
shout
he's
out
probably
because I
like
started watching this because
$175.
I like Green Lantern as a story.
He's
I
got
didn't
this
know all
bag.
the. I was familiar with
Oh
all
my
the
God,
different
I'm so
lanterns
stoked.
Yeah.
and how they came to be. So
there was
this right
really
here
funny thing on my phone. It was a
was, like,
picture
awesome.
of Hillary,
And now I think he did
like
this
at an
with-
airport
I
or
think he's
something,
done
and
this
she's
with
on her
other,
BlackBerry, and then next to it it
DC
says
guys,
like,
so Superman, Batman.
how to train
Well, for
a
me, my
bird,
big nostalgia
how
in
to get a
terms of
bird to say,
Batman,
I'm with her,
or in terms
where
of
to
DC
buy a
Comics,
bird.
is first Emerald Twilight, Death of Superman, and
Why
a
do I
Broken
get
Bat.
so excited about this
The Broken
shit?
Bat with
Okay.
Bane. Those are the big, like, they really shook up the whole DCU in those. And, you know, it's interesting. The very first,
That was a joke.
I would not say the very first, when I started getting into
Hillary
Batman
on her
comics is literally
BlackBerry
because of the Tim
looking
Burton
up how to
film.
find a
The
bird,
very
how
first
to
book
get
I
a
ever
bird.
picked up was a trade
Used to do
paperback of
thing
Year One,
yesterday
Frank
where,
Miller's Year One.
Which I've read.
Bernie was
I
like,
love that
rally
book.
and
So right after that, I started
And a
picking
bird,
up,
like, flew
you know,
up
the
and
regular
just, like,
titles.
sat there and
I started
looked
reading
at it.
Batman, then I started reading Superman, then I started reading Lantern. And right about the time, I think I was a senior in high school when Emerald Twilight was going on. And Broken Bat had already happened, Death of Superman had already happened. So that was like their three big hitters were kind of being I don't know what they did to Wonder Woman. They did something to her too. They took her powers away or something at some point. But that was in the early to mid
I just
'90s,
think if you read Blackest Night of the
which I have read.
Green Lantern, that is probably the
drink
best because it was like the most fucked up scenario. of-
And all the people who either are dead currently or have been dead.
or going to be dead.
So Green Arrow, Superman, they all became Black Lanterns. It was crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now Batman Year One is on anime and on HBO, I believe it is.
That Year One adaptation
Yeah.
is almost a perfect rendition of the book.
No, I've watched it.
Yeah.
I've
I got a
watched it.
dress for you.
The Year One
Yes, dear.
anime version of Batman.
I see your Wonder Woman shirt there.
Yeah, that was just for you.
I tried to find you another one at Comic Con, but I couldn't find one
And
that I
that
liked.
weird guy at Walmart that's like, I like your
What?
shirt.
Yeah.
That white whiskey?
I already drank like half a glass straight.
Baby.
What? Oh, Bernie.
Well, you went
Yes.
and got the
Thursday. Alternate. 75%.
Oh, remind me, I have a card to give you for the alternate.
What does that mean? I'm an alternate delegate.
Okay. After.
Like, do I get to vote?
Well, maybe. Okay. You actually were really popular because you were the only write-in ballot that checked the box to be a delegate. So you did.
I didn't know I did that.
Yeah, you did. You said, I'm willing to be a delegate. So when it came up,
Buy some of that shit.
and the gal said, who's going to speak for her? And I was like, well, that's my wife, actually.
What?
Yeah. And
They talked about me at the
they
caucus.
did. And
I'm like a rock star.
I said, that's when I said, when we came to you had to compete. So I was about to volunteer to be an alternate, but so many people had already volunteered. I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
So I just let them go through that. Everybody gave their little spiel, and they got to me. They got to your name. And they said, would you be willing to speak for her? And that's when I said the other three scare me, and the whole thing about, I don't vote, but until now. So like 5 different old ladies. One old lady came up and said, can I quote you? And I said yes, about the supervillain thing.
Yes.
And then a couple other gals were like, how do you spell your last name? Because they were writing your name down because they were voting you in.
I'm an alternate delegate.
And I think that you made alternate by 1 vote. You were going to be a primary. And you're the number 1 alternate on the list. So if somebody
taking the day off.
if somebody of the 6 don't go, or the 5 don't go, you're going to go.
Hell?
You're going to go to county and vote. And then you might go to state after that.
Take the Hillary. I think you missed it, but I was telling Jeff, I just saw this really funny thing. It was Hillary. She's sitting like in an airport or something on her BlackBerry, and then like the joke next to her is this little screen. It's like her screen, and it's like how to train a bird, where to buy a bird, how to get a bird to say I'm a bird.
I almost said at the caucus, I thought about this a split second later. I'm like, well, I'm voting for Bernie because he got the Disney vote. With the bird.
With the bird. So funny.
Yeah.
Cute. Cool. Well, that would be awesome. Thanks for.
Have you been to the montage?
Hawthorne Fish
I
House.
have.
Try the
I wish I
Hawthorne
had a
Fish
friend
House
or
for the best
All right.
fish and chips.
I just got some cheesy information.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Apparently,
Here it comes.
Cuz needs to listen to this.
Steve Stan.
Hey, you two.
Looks
Stan
a little
Steve.
like Ryan
Jay's got the
Reynolds.
floor.
It's
little
cousin
bit.
Steve Stan.
All right,
Steve
she
Stan.
wants to say something about you.
You look a little like Ryan Reynolds.
I was thinking.
That?
No. I was
got
thinking
that?
Chris Pine.
No.
A little bit, yeah.
No.
Or no, Hemsworth.
So
he
here's
he
what
looks
I've
like
gotten-
Hemsworth.
here's
He's
what I've
Thor.
gotten.
Yes.
Looks like Thor.
Yes.
No.
Little like Hemsworth.
Nope.
No,
So
I'm going
funny
with.
thing is, I'm in Arizona, I think it was, with these New Yorkers, and they're like,
Hold on.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
but from the nose down,
I thought you were
Hemsworth.
I thought he was going to say Batman.
To this story.
So he did that.
I'm out with these guys, and like one of them's a fucking ladies' man. And he ends up hooking up with this girl, and she's with like a group of dudes, and they're kind of getting testy and shit. And then we're walking back, and they're talking shit, and I'm like, well, fuck those guys, like. And the guy looks at me, he's like, you see the size of this guy? It's like Thor from Oregon. That's what
Thor from Oregon.
Oregon. And I just started,
Oh my god.
So it's funny that you referenced Thor, but
Well-
I don't think I look anything like Chris.
Well, you know what I know? You don't look like him.
No.
No, we.
But you know what? When you meet my cousin Matt, he looks like him. He doesn't look like me either.
Well, we have quite some different genetics too.
Oh, are you cousins by marriage or by genetics?
Genetics.
Okay, barely.
And is it
Yes.
Well, either you're cousins or you're not. So.
Oh,
Well, there's marriage
we are.
cousins
Where
that
were
aren't
we at?
related at all.
we doing
Okay,
this?
we're gonna finish up the movie.
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish up with
I'm ready to
Superman.
move on.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are too.
So we're gonna finish up with Batman v Superman. We got the Doomsday fight. We made the comment about Wonder Woman should have been the one to kill him. I think anyway. So is it just me, or is anyone else? Now we've already mentioned the Omega sign. We've already talked about the parademons. So the next movie can go, I think, one of two ways. Knowing them, probably both. Darkseid and Apocalypse, or Reign of the Supermen. Cyborg Superman, the Eradicator, Superboy.
Apocalypse because X-Men is doing Apocalypse. So I don't think DC is going to go toe to toe on a title.
Well, they'd use Darkseid then.
Yeah, Darkseid,
Well,
which is essentially.
But then Thor, Dark Side of the Moon. That's not going to work either.
Well,
Oh, no, they'll do Darkseid.
they will do Dark.
They use the Omega symbol. I think they're going to do
feel
that.
like
Yeah.
After like what you guys said, and if I think about it, like what Lex Luthor was saying, I think that's who's coming, right?
Yeah, I think so
It's
too.
either that or Brainiac.
I don't.
No,
That's another good
yeah,
one.
There we go.
Because that's what I thought in the computer when he was talking about I had the whole knowledge of all of Krypton. That sounded like Brainiac.
Logically, you can't say Darkseid because Darkseid is too big a character, and this has got to be a trilogy. So Darkseid's got to be a third one.
So
you need a middle
he's
one.
I would have thought
he's
Doomsday would have
gonna
been the
be-
third one, but yeah.
Yeah, you need a middle one to
He's gonna
bring
be the
them all
Thanos
together.
of DC.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you're right.
exactly
You're right.
So
That's
then
exactly
maybe
what they're gonna
Brainiac would be the next logical.
He'll
That would
have
make
a-
sense actually.
So
It's a good call.
Then it would be a little bit of the reign of Superman because you'll have Bizarro, you'll have the Cyborg Superman.
It'd be really nice to see at least one of them show up.
Yes.
Probably
Bizarro.
Superboy.
Bizarro would be perfect.
Yeah. The clone, Superboy clone.
What are you talking about? Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Marvel is Marvel. It's not fucking-
No. He's talking about Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Shazam.
Oh, Shazam. Well, he needs to
Which
be there.
pisses me off because that is the original Captain Marvel, and they fucking pussied out and let Marvel have that one. But whatever.
Thank you, Rob, for clarifying for me.
A bunch of DC lovers. Have y'all seen the trailer?
For a
to
bunch
the-
of DC lovers. Like, he just rejected you all.
Mother lovers.
No, you are. I mean, y'all. Like,
For a bunch
have
of
you
Bernie,
seen
Bernie Sanders.
Let's sing Dick in a
lovers.
Box here in a
Hold on.
minute.
to the video game that came out on PC, the Marvel or the DC Alliance, I think it was.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer of that? I mean, like,
I haven't, no.
oh, dude, you should totally pull it up. It is one of the.
It's not DC Online, is it?
Correct me.
Yes, yes. It is still to this day one of the best trailers I've ever watched. Like, and it totally just. It plays,
What's the name of it?
just do DC trailer. DC Universe, I think it was.
Oh, that's the you're right. That's the online one.
How
DC
to
Universe trailer.
Train a bird.
Yep.
How to train a bird to say.
Oh, here we go. DC Universe Online cinematic trailer.
Yes, watch this.
Comic-Con.
Does your mustache tickle your nose?
No, but it tickles.
I'm looking at it from the side.
Trina, what does it tickle?
No, you're right. It does when it gets
Does
too
it?
long.
Yeah, it's like going.
That's why I shave every Sunday.
Oh,
Trim it on Sundays.
Stupid advertisements.
that's 1 week.
After trimmed, yeah. It's more like
That's gotta be weird.
that's actually
Like
more
grows
4 days.
so fast.
I
Right
think
here.
the last time I trimmed it
I
was
missed my
Wednesday.
beard.
Mine will be growing as soon as my Blackhawks
I miss my hair.
enter the playoffs, and hopefully I'm not shaving until
I got a
June.
good beard. Well,
What does that have to do with it?
I was supposed to be at that
Our
game
hockey
tonight.
team. We don't shave until we lose.
I was supposed to be at that game tonight.
Oh,
against
you're
the
one of
Canucks.
those guys.
Yeah, last year we won it all.
Yeah, but I was supposed to be at that game tonight against the
My
Canucks up in
greatest triumph
Canada.
was at hand.
Yep.
The final campaign in my long
Uh-huh.
war
I
against
take it.
Superman. While his powers were drained from constant battle, I struck, luring him from his self-imposed exile. But my obsession blinded me to the real threat, to Earth's true enemy.
Looks a little bit like Gods Among Us. Yeah. That's pretty much what we just watched. Kinda.
Oh, Gigantus.
Giganta.
Whatever.
The broken arm lantern. Kevin Conroy.
I will say there is still no Joker other than the Mark Hamill Joker ever.
You're right. You're right. I think he does in this one too. Ooh, Morgan.
Heath Ledger.
He was the next best. Well, no, Jack was the next best one.
Those are some cans, Wonder Woman.
I love him.
That's one thing about the Wonder Woman we saw tonight. Does not have very big
Yeah.
hands.
You don't want a bullseye painted on your back.
So, what is the next movie coming out?
Oh, I have no idea.
No, I meant
He meant when?
no, I meant like, is it Suicide Squad? Is it?
Oh, for us?
Yeah.
Civil War, then Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Suicide Squad's not till like August.
Or on
What do you
Netflix.
think of Suicide Squad?
We're excited.
I'm looking forward to
I
it.
love that movie. I love the trailer.
That's
Oh.
your next R-rated comic book movie coming out.
I hope so.
It has to be. Absolutely. That's how I look at it now.
I've loved that trailer since the first one came out. Oh my
And
god.
I love the psychedelic colors they put on for the
Yeah.
names.
I dig Black Adam. I'd like to see him on the screen.
This one's dope as fucking trailers I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-oh.
Gertie's mad.
She's losing her shit.
Ooh.
No.
Deathstroke. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. The rope scene with Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. I was not expecting that. That was really awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Who's got a bullseye painted on his back?
That's the Joker, dude. I love it.
That's Mark.
It does sound like
Howard
Mark.
takes out the bat with me.
Yeah, he's bad.
In fact, I like Mark Hamill better as the Joker than as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, now this is what we were talking about with Lex Luthor. He's more the big, crazy...
And see, this plays more to the love interest of Superman and Wonder Woman.
Well, Frank Miller said that. He's like, these are gods. Gods are going to mate with other gods. They're not going to mate with humans.
Can't be with those.
Well,
What was that in Mallrats?
I think we got through it in Smallville.
Yeah, no shit.
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
no, I actually don't know what you're saying.
But in Mallrats, he's like, only Wonder Woman can carry Superman's baby.
Or the CW or whatever the little
Yeah.
teenager channel is.
It
Superman
wasn't.
can't be with a woman, dude. Like, not a
But
human.
she kind of made that comment. In
I
the
bet he
bathtub.
nuts
Look.
like a shotgun.
Remember Hancock?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, you better move for this.
Yeah, dude. So out of all that, like, and we're gonna go on a digression here, but The Boys. Anyone ever read The Boys?
No.
Oh, read The Boys.
How about
You don't
DMZ?
read Independence, right?
I have occasionally, like Powers
I
and
don't
things
read
like
comic
that.
books, so
Read The Boys, because exactly what we were talking about, policing the superheroes, that's what The Boys are. They inject them with super serum, and their job is to protect the people from
Against-
the superheroes and then not only that, their own misgivings when they're out kicking it and they're having hookers. And
Oh my
cocaine,
God.
And they're fucking chicks till they're fucking dead. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, 'cause they got super dicks. I mean,
Super
it really
dicks.
goes down.
Do you
dude.
read-
Like, read The Boys, dude. The Boys.
all right, I'll
Garth
check that
Ennis? You don't like Garth Ennis? You
Uh,
didn't read Preacher?
I've heard of Preacher. I haven't read it. I've heard of it.
Preacher, man.
Yeah. But do you read Vertigo stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. How about DMZ?
Dude, I have every DMZ there is.
Well, so do I.
Hey.
I take them to the base and they're like, all right, I need number 2 because people.
Yeah, DMZ was fucking
Phenomenal.
Here on
You want to know what the
by
world
the way,
would look
I could
like
have sworn
here?
I said he knows more about comics than the three of you combined. So I did.
Well,
say
he
that.
knows
You're
what I
right.
know.
He knows Independence better than I do.
Yeah.
That's for a fact.
Well, I read a lot of Independence, but
He knows what I know.
What
When it comes to
else?
DMZ, I also read Walking Dead. I've read all
Dude,
those for a
Walking
long
Dead
time.
is the best book out there by far. Well, I had like. And that was the most interesting part of the game is where like you got the multiverse in,
Yes.
and so you've been paying attention. This is dope shit, dude. Like this, it was too bad the game sucked, but
I played the online.
anyway.
I have to, yeah.
on the indie like the whole thing, The Walking Dead, out of my 25 30 subscriptions, whatever I had in my box at any given time, if I had a Walking Dead issue in there, the moment I stepped foot in my house, I was reading it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the reason that the TV show is so bang. Do you guys watch that at all?
We love it, but we can't watch it because we don't have cable. So we wait a freaking year for it to
Yeah.
come out.
So we've been watching Fear the Walking
Online.
Dead, which is pretty good.
That's
We
alright.
like that one too. Yeah.
But reading The Walking Dead,
I've read a few of them.
man, that is just. Sorry, I don't want to detract from the discussion.
Well, let's just for the end of the whole Batman v Superman thing. I think the general consensus is mild to moderate disappointment.
All right, final thoughts. Let's do final thoughts.
Final thoughts?
Let's
Final thoughts.
go with
Final thoughts.
New guy.
new guy. Stan.
Again, I'm gonna say I'm not that critical. I don't expect an Oscar award-winning movie when I go there.
Yeah.
And I saw Superman whoop ass. I saw Batman whoop ass. Were there some things that I could have done without? Yes, but I enjoyed myself. I don't say it was a loss in the amount of money I spent tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to wait until it comes out on DVD and watch it again.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Star Wars.
I am not going to go back to the theater,
No.
but
Definitely not 3 times, right?
Not 3 times. But
The last one was free.
as we get into
All of them were actually.
Yeah.
the whole Justice League
And fuck you.
universe that we're going to get to, which is what they're gearing towards, I will give it a second shot.
Okay. Jeff?
No, I'm not done with the DC thing. I was just disappointed with this movie. I explained it was too busy, too many storylines going on, too fast. I could see why they're trying to catch up with the Avengers, but to me it was just too fast, too much. Will I watch it again? Nope. Would I buy it on DVD? If it came with any other movies with it, I probably would. Like in a bundle pack, but I'm not just going to wait and buy it when it comes out. I would like to see Ben Affleck continue as the Batman, but I want to see them give him a little more.
The deal is he directs his own movie.
Can I jump back in on that? Like, I was not disappointed one bit with Ben Affleck.
I wasn't disappointed
the whole,
with Ben Affleck.
Like, Ben Affleck controversy, like, I thought he was fine.
No. I didn't say I didn't like him.
And
I said they need to focus more on
him.
allowing him to establish himself as
So,
the Batman.
I'm going to start mine with this.
Oh, okay, I was done.
I think Ben Affleck should have taken his best friend Kevin Smith's advice. Or Kevin Smith, I don't want to direct the movie. I want to watch the movie and enjoy it. I think he should have done that and just left somebody else. Because if you're a fan of a comic book or if you've read comic books like we know Ben and all of them have, he should have just done the Kevin Smith route. Like, dude, I'd rather just enjoy it.
Well, who else plays him?
You can have a ton of people play him, and I don't want to go down that route of who can play Batman, because a lot of who honestly thought Christian Bale can play him.
Christian did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I also fear that's the stigmata that fills that role. That, like, no matter who it is, it's just never good enough.
No,
I love the fact that you use stigmata instead of stigma. I love that. The film Stigmata. That's what I was thinking.
But this was also another thing to where they ponied to. I was disinterested within the first 20 minutes, and towards the end, I thought this was just all an introduction to what they want to do with Wonder Woman, because when they showed her at the forefront of the 3 of them, fighting Doomsday, and then when they made Lois Lane the other strong female character lead, is like, why do we need a strong heroine versus a strong hero? A strong male. Why does the female? They just placated to that, and I think that's going a lot towards what we all see in society. Is like, we always need a strong female versus a strong male. Like, males just suck these days over the last 10 years. So
I love Miss Marvel.
My final thought was, and I kind of tail on what you're saying, my biggest anticipation from this movie is seeing the Wonder Woman movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. My favorite scene in this film, Batman v Superman, is the shot of the 3 of them standing against Doomsday with Wonder Woman in the forefront. That was the Trinity, the whole DC Trinity. I loved that so much, and I thought that was really cool, and I think that it is nearly on par with the great scene in Avengers Age of Ultron, when the opening scene when they're fighting in the forest, which is great because they start with action right off the bat.
Right.
They have that great splash page scene where all of them are in the frame, and that's what I saw when I saw those 3. Never before and never since yet.
Right.
So while I do say that I liked Daredevil, I liked Deadpool more than this film, that scene makes me want to see Wonder Woman. So I think that's their point. If that was their point, they succeeded. And that's the end of my thought.
That's what any of them are, is just an advertisement for the next film.
Yeah.
And that's why we're all suckers.
It's like heroin.
Yes.
Slap that fucking...
The only thing I would have changed about the movie is I would have added more Magic Mike scenes. I'm just saying.
Although there is Doctor Strange coming soon, you're gonna get lots of
I
magic.
didn't even see the movie, so that's really not a fair assessment. Boots and pants.
all right.
And
So
then one question: are you 2 Dapper Dan men?
she's pointing at Jason.
Now Earl knows
and-
what that
Are you
is.
talking about the hair salon?
Dapper Dan.
I do go to Dapper Dan's, actually.
No, I go right down the street. So I used to go to Dapper Dan when it was called Modern Man.
Yes.
Oh.
And then
I was talking about the stuff. No.
The gel.
Honey, like, I'm a
You know,
Dapper
From
Dan
Oh Brother,
fan.
We're Out There. We're out
You know what I'm talking
thou.
about on House
So yeah, I go to Dapper Dan, and I do use Lay Right as my.
Lay right. I don't even know what that is.
I use Lay Right.
Man goo.
All right, so
God, that was
Anyway, moving
hilarious.
on.
so we're gonna take a
Hey,
break.
Now this
those of us with hair actually care, right?
Well, I can.
I had hair until about 5 hours ago.
Yeah, I can imagine your
The
face
sad
when you
thing is
oops
the
your
last
hair
20
off.
years I've been wearing a fucking high and tight.
Okay, just to explain that for a second. Before we went to the movie today,
His hair was
Wait,
like this
I had
long.
hair. Now, people, we're not videoing. We're not.
Yeah, he
we're
did.
not videoing this, so nobody can
Morning.
see it. But my hair, I look like Lex Luthor
He's
right
never
now.
had
Yeah.
hair
oh
like this
shit, you're a
before.
ginger?
Yeah, no, I'm
So-
not.
You have
Here's
no
okay.
soul?
Here's the
No,
thing.
it's silver.
All
It
right,
is
hang on,
silver.
hang on. Let him tell a story. 'cause
Okay,
I'll make
we'll
fun
get
of
this
him
out of the
real quick.
way, then we'll be done. I was getting ready for work, or getting work. I was getting ready to do the show. I was putting things together. I was cleaning the house, whatever. And Jay shows up about what 4:30, 4, yeah. And I'm like running around trying to get stuff done, and I take a shower, and I'd cut my hair. I cut my own hair. I know it's lame, but I cut my own hair. And I'd cut it earlier, but I knew that I'd miss spots because I was due. So when I take a shower, wash my hair, I go in, I see that I miss spots. So I'm like, oh, I'm fixing up my hair in the bathroom. He's sitting in the front room, and then Jeff comes in.
Jeff was here.
Jeff gets here. I'm like trying to get done, and I'm not paying attention. And I reach for my clippers, thinking there's one of those spacers on it.
Extensions.
Yeah.
Extensions,
guard.
yeah. And it doesn't have one. And I go, me.
You're a jackass.
Yeah, I did.
Shit.
And I looked, and I felt cold metal on my head, which shouldn't feel that way because they're plastic covers. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I look up the window.
Shaving my head today.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. I look in the mirror, and all I could think of is Bill Cosby with the reverse mohawk. I'm like, oh, son, there's a big divot in my head. Now, I don't have a lot going for me, but I've got some pretty impressive hair, a little
Yeah.
bit. You know, I've got good hair.
It's good hair.
And I look at it and go, son of a bitch. I've got this big dent in my head. I'm like, how am I going to cover this up? So I grab like the next 2 spaces down. I shove it, and there's still a hole. I'm like, son of a bitch. I guess it's all coming off. So I grabbed the lowest number 1 setting on the clippers, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm just, oh shit, Jay's gonna fuck with me about this. And I'm
So next thing I know, he runs out, and what's the guy's name from the Marine?
The wrestler?
No, not,
You need a drill instructor?
not the drill instructor. The,
Arlie Ermy, or
Yeah,
that's the drill instructor, Arlie
no,
Ermy.
no,
No,
the fat guy.
Pile. Go
Pile.
Oh,
Pile.
fuck you,
that
man.
That guy runs through because apparently he comes through topless. And I just noticed that he has no hair.
Well, I didn't have a shirt on because I was cutting my hair.
Yeah, he comes through topless. He has no hair on his head, and I noticed like he has no hair on his.
I must look like a
He has no
giant
body
penis
hair. I'm like-
walking through.
I'm like,
I am
I'm
in a
like,
world of shit.
wow.
Yes.
Private Pile just
Oh,
ran
fuck
through
you, man.
Yeah.
I'm not that fat.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I mean, like,
Oh.
Son of a bitch, man.
So
Why are you so mean to me lately?
I just
well, I come out.
Sounds
And
nice.
I actually come out of the bathroom, and I'm like,
I'm not
Jay,
sure
here's the
that's
first
okay.
thing you're gonna fuck with me
what?
tonight on. He's like, what? I'm like, look at my head. He's like, when did your hair get so short? I'm like, it was a fucking accident.
But he was topless when he said this too, and I'm like, but you have no
Why
body
did he
hair
sing
too.
topless like he's a girl?
Because he didn't have a shirt on.
But
And I've got
you don't
tits.
call it topless.
It was-
I don't think you call it topless when a dude doesn't have.
No, I have
a
tits. It
no,
was
I
topless.
do. If I live in Arizona and I'm in a pool, it's only topless after 10. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No, not really. But go ahead.
Everyone's
So-
topless. Like,
So we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come to our bracket.
Yes, yes.
So,
The next part of the
Rob,
show.
You need to print some brackets and pass them out.
All right.
oh, we got brackets.
Oh, we have a bracket.
Thank you for listening to Rants with Rob and Jay on Sterling Broadcasting. These morons can be reached on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and at rumrants@outlook.com. All copyrighted materials are used for review and discussion purposes only. No copyright infringement is intended by members of the Rants podcast or Sterling